Uh, for us, it was extremely surreal to walk into the room, and we had spoken with Alyssa before and seen pictures, but to walk in and just see this beautiful young woman that was obviously pregnant, and think, wow, that might be our baby. We were nervous, shocked, excited. Just the whole realm of emotions. Yeah, all about you. And it really was the cross between a blind date and a big job interview, and it was very exciting. And we had been prepped and told that usually the birth mother is viewing this kind of as a validation, but it's just strange because at no point during the meeting does anybody come right out and say, okay, will you take the baby? Or the social worker says, do you, Alyssa, choose Scott and Christina? I mean, it's very surreal. I think at one point one of us, probably me, said, okay, so what happens next? And the social worker had stepped in and said, well, you guys will spend some time together in the next few months. And my husband and I looked at each other like, wow, I guess this is really going to happen. So if I had to describe the meeting in one word, it would be surreal. It was just a surreal experience that, something that you prayed for was coming true. And the fact that we fell in love with Alyssa as much as we fell in love with, the baby she was carrying was just a blessing.
Yeah, I remember for me too, obviously I was nervous too going to meet them. I was really worried that they weren't going to like me, kind of a thing. And so I remember coming in, and Kitty was really excited, and she always made me excited about the whole entire process, the whole entire time, and like what a beautiful thing adoption really is. So I remember waiting for Christina and Scott to get there, and then they got there, and I already knew that I had already chose them. It was a done deal. I wouldn't have met them because I was like 5 months along then. Yeah. So I was obviously pregnant, and I would not have, I guess, brought a family in front of me and like, show them my big, pregnant belly, and then not have been able to, give them Camden. And so I remember I had already chose them, and we were sitting there, and your guys' profile answered all the questions, I had, and I already knew the lifestyle that they lived, the active, lifestyle that I wanted for Camden. And so they were already perfect for me, and I remember them sitting in front of me, and you guys were like, well, do you have any questions for us? And I just was like, well, no, do you have questions for me? And I think you guys asked a couple, and then I was like, you guys do realize that, like, I've chose you guys, like, I'm planning on giving you my baby. Like, it was just kind of funny because they didn't, it was like they knew but they didn't know.
Yeah, it was one of those experiences where your head knows one thing, but your heart really can't believe that it's true. We knew in our heads, because we had been counseled and told that, when you meet a birth mom, it's a done deal. In our heads we knew it, but our hearts had been broken through the whole journey that we'd been on, just getting to adoption, that we just couldn't believe it. We needed somebody to be in front of us and say it. And it was, comically, just obvious, but we just couldn't believe it. It was surreal. It really was.